Today is a very special live show that I wanted to bring you. There's so much stuff going on right now in our world of authors, speakers, healers, and coaches. There's JBology is going on. We're getting ready for Collaborate. Strategic Alliance is going to start. So if you're in the world of speakers, authors, healers, coaches, or entrepreneurs, or you're just playing with the idea, I'm bringing you some experts for the next couple of weeks that are just going to blow you away. And one of those experts, and the reason we're doing a special live today is because my good friend Liz from across the pond, Liz J. Springer, is with us. And she's been working on a passion project of hers that I couldn't wait to share with you. So, hey, Liz, how are you?
Hey, Toni, I'm great. So glad to be here.
So this passion project is actually something that helps people with their business and kind of gives them a head start and just gets everything going. It is an app, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, so let's get started. Now you are, I can tell by the wonderful accent, you're not in Texas.
Definitely not. If only.
All right, let's tell us a little bit about yourself and all the magnificent stuff you've been involved in and how you chose this as your passion project.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm based in London, as you can tell from my accent. And we actually, we've been having some kind of nice weather, but it's been up and down. So, every now and again, I have on a summer top, then I change down. So today we had to change down a little bit. So back to jackets again. So yeah, so it's always sort of a bit changeable here, but glad for any sun at all.
Well, I happen to watch a lot of English whodunits, so I'm always, not only do I know every little town in Midsummer.
Okay.
Gee, I wonder why. But now I'm watching Endeavor. And my husband and I used to love Endeavor, so I'm rewatching some of his episodes, and I love that. But that's what I love about those shows is you get to see the real England. You get to see the little communities, and we call them fairs. You guys call them fetes, Fete.
Yes, yes. We have kind of a whole combination of stuff. We have some fairs, some fetes. So depends on what it is exactly, but
but your fairs are more FAIRE, which is for us is more like the Renaissance fairs and the Renaissance festivals, and has a time theme to it. And I may be speaking out of turn, so if you guys are going to correct me, go ahead. It's okay. I learned by you corrected me. So anytime you guys need to correct me, you can play with it. All right. So Liz, you've been doing public speaking of your own, and you are an excellent coach and consultant to businesses everywhere. And that's what I absolutely love about you is that you've got the multiple lines of talent that you help people with. Can you tell us a little bit about your favorite thing to do with folks?
Oh, wow. I think the real thing that I absolutely love doing is helping businesses to get real results. And so what happens is it's the strategy that comes with it. So we do the strategy and we have a plan. And I think it's really nice to see that that transition, the transformation that takes place along the way as well, because sometimes, they may have come and said, oh, Liz, look, I want to do this. And I'll say, well, you do realize that means that you are going to be changing hats and changing roles. So, and sometimes that means bringing a team on board. And therefore, that means that there's going to be some things that they're going to have to shift in terms of them being able to take their business to the next level. And so with that, it does mean that sometimes, they're moving from their current role to maybe managing a project and having a team and so on. And so, there's some things along the way that we do specific training on as well, just to help them, particularly as well with just leveraging relationships.
Excellent. Excellent. So let me ask you this. What drove you to create this wonderful app that we're going to talk about here in a minute? I mean, you must have been putting some buku hours into the design of this.
Ungodly is the word I would say. Ungodly hours. But I'll tell you, it has been, I think over the lockdown, I created a portal for accountants, and a lot of the stuff is very much video based. which is just so much easier to understand very quickly about what those products and services are that business owners are offering. And so with this app in particular, I always look at doing something better, faster, easier. And so this would mean, not so many hops. So, hopping across to your website, then hopping across to email autoresponder, doing all these sort of hops. So you've got one after another, after another. And the other thing is we are actually on our mobile phones a lot, to say the least. And so what I really wanted to do was look at how to help these entrepreneurs and aspiring business owners to be able to plan for their success and create a fresh new look with an innovative approach. Because of course we have been in the lockdown, and so we've really had to make quite a few shifts to reposition and get ourselves back in the game, because for a lot of us, we were kind of slightly out of the game. What do we do now, and so on. And I had a lot of business owners coming forward and just asking, what should I do now, Liz? I need a different strategy. And so I think with this, it means that business owners are able to kind of get that information that they need. If they need to learn the knack of how to do something, it may be that they want to look at, how to get more clients, or how to have a routine that works around them. These types of things, it means they can quickly and easily and go inside of the app and get that information just with one simple click.
I love it. So what is the app called?
So the app's called Innovators Influence. And this is, it's one of those things where, there's some innovative stuff in it, actually. Some brand new spanking stuff that's only just hit the scene, but hasn't hit the scene in the UK for sure. And again, like I said, it's just one of those things, just so simple, easily, and it's in a standalone platform. So it's not in a browser. So it doesn't have like loading times. You click on a page, it's there. You click on another, it's there. So it's very quick and easy and accessible.
Well, that's kind of an interesting, because all of the apps that I've got, and I've got an iPhone, obviously. So the apps go to the app store, and then I do a search for the app, and then I download it from there, or upload it rather from there. Yours doesn't do that.
No, listen, there are three great benefits at least. So first of all, it is this app, you don't have to go to Apple or iOS. You don't have to go to the store. At the end of the day, we're not Samsung, we're not Apple. And so a lot of people have said that they've gone to look for these apps and couldn't find them. So there's no need to do that. With this is a very simple one click. You register and it installs it for you. So no wasting time searching to try and find it. And like I said, it's a simple one-click mobile app. And thereafter, it then means that you are able to have push notifications inside. So I can send you my new blog. I can send you when's my next show. I can send you when I've got a news announcement. And it's all just done right in the app. So it sends you the message. It says, hey, Liz has got, a new show coming up. You click on it, it takes you directly to it.
I love it. And so many of the folks that we associate with, both you and I, the speakers, are always looking for a new way to kind of reach out and touch. And everybody's hearing the same thing about emails. It's so hard to get your emails, the engagement on emails. Some people aren't even opening emails because they're overwhelmed with them. Yeah. But this is, and by the way, guys, we're going to be putting a link in the comments for you to click on and go, enter your name and your email, right? Basically, and then you can install the app right away. And so, Liz, once they do that, they're installing your app. But what if I want one for me?
If you want one for you, I'm literally helping business owners right now with having their very own branded app. I think it is something that business owners need to be looking at moving forward with, because of course, like I said, with the things that have happened over COVID-19, we've really had to rethink things and move from going directly to servicing your client. And so I have a page where you can go and have a look at all this information, and it's something where there's so many things in it. I can't mention them all, but in it there is an e-commerce section. So if you decided like you wanted to sell your book, or you wanted to sell, your tickets, coaching, whatever it is, there's an e-commerce platform inside of it. There's also SSL encryption. I actually help you with a strategy for it. And so I actually give you that inclusive within that, which is normally worth over $600. And in that app, you can actually go to mystrategiesforgrowth.com. I want my app. And in there,
that's another link we're going to put in the chat.
Yeah, that's right.
And by the way, before you go too much further, hold on one second. An SSL socket is a secured socket layer, and that makes it secure so that people can pay you money online. So it's got that extra level of protection. For those of you who aren't familiar with the IT terms, I just wanted to bring that out before we went too much further. So your app actually comes with an SSL layer.
Yep, that's right. I think that in terms of what you can put in there, I mean, it's just really quite amazing. You can have a very video-based one. You can have a mixture of blogs, articles. I've got my shows in mine. So, so there's so much that you can really do all inside the app. Coaching, like I said, shows, your blog. You can have a members area. You can have a private members area. And all these are you can have all in the app. And like I said, with mine, it's one where you can have it branded with your colors. And I just, it's one of those things. I actually go on it myself. I go on it myself quite a lot. There's also some cool stuff in there, just relaxation, a guided meditation for a very special friend of mine. And I've actually, after I created this app, I have actually used it myself to help me just to relax. I tell you, the first night I slept like a baby when I listened to that. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, there's, like I said, so yeah, you can literally go in there and get the tips and things like that as well.
And this is so perfect. So, I mean, think of, okay, so we deal with a community of, multiple layers and multiple experience levels of people who are in the speaking, authors, healers world, coaches as well. So all right. So let's say that I have a brick and mortar. If I'm an entrepreneur with a brick and mortar, and I'm trying to sell something, is this app for me?
I think yes, because I think the thing about it is like I said, as we've kind of had to reposition over COVID-19. So, for example, restaurants. We don't know, if we're going to go into another lockdown. But however, the thing is, it now means that people who, restaurant owners can now actually use that to send offers directly. People can book directly within the app. So it means that, it's so easily and accessible. They're out, oh, they want dinner tonight. Okay, let's go ahead and let's just book. And they book directly from using their mobile phone.
I love it. I love it. So you're bringing accessibility, and you're bringing instant gratification into your apps. So that's for brick and mortars. Now let me ask you this. So if I'm, let's say I'm a personal trainer, is this app for me?
Absolutely. Personal trainers have had to be working virtually. So they'd created their online programs and were literally using Zoom and the likes to deliver their training, and a lot of them are still actually doing that. They've seen the flexibility, meaning that they're not having to travel. They could actually do it from the comfort of their home, if that's where they want to do it. And so yes, absolutely, because it then means that they can use that for people to book training sessions. They can actually have videos with them there could be recorded videos with them actually doing a particular exercise. And it could be something that they actually just put on. Let's say they were doing something weekly or bi-weekly. They can use that. They can use it to let people know when's the next training session coming, to go ahead and book. Like I said, it's got the e-commerce, so people can book and pay. And they can sort of, join in along with the personal trainer, and they can do it, in the comfort of their home and at the time where it's suitable and convenient for them to. So they don't have to, they can't get there, hey, it's all recorded. They're not missing a thing.
I've got so many friends that own spas. They have massage works, but then they also have spa stuff. For your facials and
Yeah.
wonderful cleansers and things. So, folks, I want to remind you that this is Liz J. Springer. And Liz is a dynamite kiddo from London that I've enjoyed speaking and working with for the past couple of years. You've been on 2 of our week of kindness and gratitude, and she's about to be on the 3rd one, which is happening in November.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really thrilled to be bringing you this. Now, in the comments, and please feel free to ask questions, because Liz and I will be watching out for your questions on the comments. And we'll make sure you have an answer. So, Liz, in order for me to have you create an app for me, how long does that process take? What does it look like?
I think it really depends on what the requirements are. But in particular, let's say in as little as 2 to 3 months, that app can be created, depending on how fast you come back to me with what I've asked you for. But as little as 2 to 3 months, your app could be created.
All right. And is this something that we have a subscription to? Do I need to pay you monthly to host my app? How does that work?
Okay. So basically we have sort of 2 structures. So one, we have a sort of like a fixed fee. And thereafter that, then yes, we actually have a maintenance fee where it just basically helps with things that you need uploading. And also, let's say, for example, you decided, hey, look, you've got a schedule of posts that you want to do. We get it all ready and get that there for you, and you supply us with that information. And then if you have questions, that's also there where you can actually get in touch with me. And I actually do help you with your strategy. I do help you with looking at how to sort of plan it out according to what it is that you do.
I love it. I mean, it's got so many, and there's a lot of people creating apps. I mean, I'm going to give you the hard question that was thrown at me one time, and our good friend Tom Matson, he kind of blew me away. He said, "Okay, so tell me what your world-changing idea is," and I told him what my idea was at that time, and then he said one thing, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I hadn't thought of that." He said, "What makes you the disruptor? What makes you different from everybody else who's selling an app?" And I'm going to go full screen on you, Liz. There's your hard question.
Okay. All right. I think the one thing about me is that I'm actually a business analyst by trade. So part of your remit is to look at things that are going to be coming in the future. And so that has been, so I have a list of things ideas that I've had. So for a while, and sometimes I've just been way ahead of my time, but I know that at some point that's going to come in. And so there's that you get. And also I'm a management consultant as well. So in terms of just being professional and knowing how to take you through things with strategy and being also a business coach as well, that blends. So it's not just like, hey, here's an app. We're looking at the strategy of how that can potentially work for your business and futuristically, so that you're not just having something which only is going to be ready for you now, but you're looking at something which futuristically that's going to work for you too. So that may mean having some innovative things inside of the app. It may mean that we've planned it out so that, these are things that you may want to bring on. So let's make sure that we've got that in there to allow you to be able to step into that later without having to go back and create the whole thing again.
I love it. I love it. I knew you'd have one hell of an answer, and you got it. I'm still cruising on your schedule instead of schedule, which I love it.
Oh, Tony.
Okay, so folks, we're going to put Liz's contact information. She's going to allow you to, get in there and want your own app. You'll have a link for that. Actually, there's like 3 links, and one of them is for the app themselves. So you apply to it, and then you can see Liz's app. Second is there was another link that had a direct information to book you or to talk to you directly about this. Liz is a member of the Standout Star Speakers Bureau. So if you guys have a podcast or a TV show or a radio show and you want Liz to be your guest, all you got to do is put it on. Just give me an inkling, and we'll get Liz booked for your show. So I'm excited to bring Liz to you, my friends, with this amazing, innovative app. Liz, any last words? Let's go ahead and invite them to click on it and talk to you like ASAP.
Okay, so basically the app is called Innovators Influence, and you can go directly to innovatorsinfluence.com. Remembering this is for a mobile device. So you need to do that on your mobile or cell phone. And therefore you just literally follow the instructions. I do have a page called mystrategiesforgrowth.com/project new app, which gives you all the instructions. It is very simple. It is a one-click app. You register, you confirm, and you're in. That's it. And so I'd love to have you on board. And I'm really excited about this app. It's my baby, and and I'd literally love you to come in there and also come in and join the community too.
Love it. Liz, thank you once again. By the way, guys, this is not something that is, 5 and 6 figures and above, to create. This is something that's meaningful and something that's available, and it's within your budget. So all of that, Liz will confer with you and tell you how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to take and whatever it is. Let's go ahead and get a hold of her and let her know what you've been dreaming of, because it may be sooner than you think that you're going to have this. And I've been seeing so many folks who are app developers say that a coach who is doing business without an app is doing it the hard way. So this is why we wanted to bring wonderful Liz and the app world to you. So I do encourage you to get a hold of her. And Liz, like always, or as we say in Spanish, como siempre, te amo. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toni. It's been a real pleasure.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.